Hello and greetings everyone, I'm Mathodomeu and let's play some Elden Ring. So we're going to go ahead and choose new game. We're going to enter the character creation menu. I don't really know who I want to pick, so let's go ahead and just do a random sort of thing, and we end up with we ended up with the prisoner, but we're going to choose the samurai anyway. Okay, so type A, body type, so we're going to go ahead, and I don't think you guys can see it, but Mathodo, method, O, the letter O, Mathodomeu, M-E-U, so Mathodomeu. That's going to be his name. And body type, type A, age, young, yes, origin, samurai. We're going to give him the golden seed keepsake. That way we can go ahead and reinforce our sacred flasks. And if you're new to Elden Ring, I'm sorry if I'm kind of breezing through that. So we're going to go ahead and let's just make him a, because we're Lord of the Rings fan, because you are a Lord of the Ring fan, right? Right? Okay, yes, of course you are. So our Numenor type guy, he looks a little worn out. So let's make him a little bit younger, aged voice. How about we give him? Well, let's listen to them. Okay, and then number 2. And number 2. Yeah, let's go with Donald Duck. And skin color, fine. Alter face, let's try to make this guy look kind of like a Numenorian. So we're looking for like an Aragorn, Faramir, Boromir, Denethor kind of guy. So bone structure. Let's see. I think... let's go with this. He looks kind of cocky, doesn't he? Form emphasis, parent age. Let's just pretend these numbers are years. I think Aragorn was, 87 in the Two Towers, according to the cinematic version. And so, okay. Make believe 87. Facial balance. He does kind of have a longer nose. We don't know what a labella is. I guess, well, all of this looks fine. Maybe his nose is a little long. We'll bring that inward some, and we'll make his nose, there we go, a little less severe. And, okay, so hair, we're thinking, what is he, samurai, Faramir, Aragorn, Boromir, Denethor type. It's sort of like the hair tied back. And hair color, let's kind of make it a little bit of a darker brown. There we go. It's got kind of like this anime luster, so let's take away the luster a little bit. We'll make it a little bit more plain. Eyebrows, let's just give him some of those. They can match. Let's go ahead and give him a stubble. And okay, he's got a nice little stubble going on. All this is fine and dandy. Eyelashes, give him some longer eyelashes. Eyes should be fine. Let's make his irises a little bit larger. Skin feature, let's just make them a little bit less lustrous. And we'll make them a little bit more plainer. Dark circles, fine. Cosmetics, fine. Tattoo. Going through this, and I saw one that looked kind of like the mark of Sauron. Yeah, I really dig it. Looks like it's kind of been burned into his eyebrow there. And we're just gonna move. I have to move. Well, on top of moving the tattoo, I have to move my mouse every so often. That way my monitor doesn't go black. I wish I could say I was smart enough to have figured out how to do that in the settings. And okay, so we're moving that over. He's been marked by Sauron. Maybe we can make it a little bit smaller. Look at that. It's been It looks almost like it's been seared right there into his skin. And position right there. So we have like a dark Numenorian guy. Maybe he's sided with Sauron. Maybe he didn't. And eye patch, we're good there. Alter body, since he's like a Numenorian type, he's had decades just to work out. We're gonna make his we're gonna go ahead and max him out. Our guy's gonna be swole. He's gonna be strong. He's a Numenor. Give him some tree trunks. Look at it. This guy almost doesn't even look human anymore. So let's go ahead and give him like Arnold Schwarzenegger tapered waist. There we go. Body hair. This guy likes to keep it clean at 0. Everything seems fine. He's a super buff samurai. Okay, let's go ahead and finish. He's been marked by Sauron. We're ready to go. I do not talk during subtitles, so during these first couple of subtitles, I'm just going to... Okay. Let's sit back and enjoy.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome dung-eater, and Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. across the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
Okay. There we go. Test. Okay. And so we're going to become the Elden Lord, our Dark Numenorian, Boromir, Denethor guy. Okay. And just a quick disclaimer: I have played this game before, not as a samurai, more of a heavy armor shield build, build, more of a tank build, and I only really got past Margit, and that's no, not Margit. What's his name? Godrick. I've gotten past Godrick. That's it. And so let's go ahead and just dive right into it. So, but I will also try to keep in mind that some of you who might be watching may not have played the game before, so I'll try to go through all the steps. So read message through the path though the path be broken and uncertain, claim your place as Elden Lord. Okay. And we have a sort of a dead person here, and we're gonna take from them a tarnished, wizened finger. Excuse me. I do have the hiccups. I'm sorry. And so, okay, we took their finger. We are pushing open these doors. I know that there's a door over here that says it's locked shut. I do not know how to open it. And okay, so let's just press on. We're in the Chapel of Anticipation. We're kind of just hopping around. We got our sword out, and just to talk about our loadout really fast, our samurai here has a pretty sweet samurai sword that does some significant blood loss damage to those who receive themselves on the end of its striking edge. We have a small little shield. We have a longbow, which is pretty awesome. We can strike foes from afar. And we also have this katana, which we can wield one-handed with the shield, or straight up just two-handed and do this awesome block, ninja block like that. And that's how I'm going to, well, as of right now, sort of wield. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get killed by this crafted Spider-Man, who's going to jump over this this statue right here. And what an impressive leap. Let's see if we can get at least like one hit on him before he kills us. And one more, just for good measure. Okay, we went down with a impressive fight. And it's time for yet another cutscene, so...
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on his side. We found him here, after all. One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
Okay, test. Okay, and so you can see that this guy, he's waking up. He took quite the spill. If he would have fallen like 4 inches further up, he definitely would have drowned. Um, I'm not too sure how we ended up. Uh, I'm not too sure how we ended up down here. I guess the spider creature decided to sort of throw us over the cliff. We were attacking the spider. We fell to our death, and now we are in this cavern. And the lady who found us seems to have gifted us a flask of crimson tears, as well as a flask of cerulean tears. What those do down here is you can see me kind of cycling through them. The crimson tears will replenish health, and the cerulean tears will replenish magic. That golden seed that we started off with, that keepsake, that's going to allow us to have more charges. Right now, you can see that we have a total of 4 charges, 3 to the crimson, 1 to the cerulean. Okay, so with that being said, the Cave of Knowledge lies below, and the Cave of Knowledge, it's telling us to jump down the hole ahead, and that we will find the Cave of Knowledge. There we can learn more about game controls and basic actions, as well as other tips that may be helpful during your adventures in the lands between. Essentially the tutorial. Okay, let's talk to this spectral fellow. Brave Tarnished, take the plunge of learning and remembrance. Recall the arts of war and your warrior's blood. And that's I guess the lore way of the game lore's way of saying do this tutorial. However, at one point you used to know all this, but since you are no longer dead, well, here you go. And so, okay, Sights of Grace, which is that shiny thing that we are running towards. Resting at a Sight of Grace will restore your HP, FP, and cleanse any status ailments. It will also refill your sacred flasks. However, most of the enemies you've defeated will be revived. You can find Sights of Grace by going where light converges. And a little side note down here, these explanations are acquired in the form of info items and can be accessed from the inventory at any time. Good to know. So this is our save point where we come to replenish our flasks, where we come to relieve ourselves of any lingering ailments, as well as causing enemies to revive so that we can definitely farm XP. We have our first little enemy here. Not the most alert. So we're just going to stab him through his spine and then kick his lifeless body into that pile of stuff. And we're going to counterattack this guy. And, okay, here we go. Guarding. Use an armament in your left hand or both hands to guard against incoming attacks. Guarding is especially effective when done with the shield. Guarding consumes stamina, and if your stamina runs out, your stance will be broken. So here we can guarding with the sword right here. Does some damage, but takes mostly stamina. We can also block with the shield. We can also block with the shield, which will, well, it'll be more effective according to that menu. But if this guy ever decides to attack us, there we go. It took almost no health. Let's go ahead and slice and dice that guy. His friend sort of, oh, here we go, dodging. You can avoid enemy attacks with a dodge, roll, or backstep. Both of these actions consume stamina. So just by tapping O, we do a backstep, and by moving O, by moving a stick while pressing O, we will do a dodge. So pretty effective. Slice, dice, and dead. Okay. Let's go ahead and attack those boxes. And, okay. Anything in here? Nope. Okay. And, oh, I think we're going back. Okay. Let's just go ahead and sprint forward really quick. And we're moving this way. Dead body. Step on that guy's dead body. And we're going to, 1, 2, jump up these rocks. We have this guy up here who is shooting the world's slowest what do you call them? What's it called? A bolt. So this crossbow versus our their longbow. Oh, okay. He's decided that he wants to do this the old Navy way. First one to die loses. Here we go. He's got 2 arrows in this chest. Not a lot of health. He wants to make it personal, but we killed him. He fought valiantly, but it wasn't enough. Okay, and we've collected some materials. It looks like 1 roa fruit. And in every corner of the lands between, we can find fruits and flowers, mushrooms and butterflies, and various other useful materials. And these materials can be used for item crafting. Okay, cool to know. And so collect 2 more roa fruit. We have a total of 3. And is there a message that's going to pop up? Okay, wielding armaments. Each hand can be equipped with up to 3 armaments, allowing you to toggle between them. Armaments can also be two-handed, making attacks more difficult to repel with shields and boosting effective strength by 50%. We can switch between them and choose to dual wield. Not dual wield. We can wield a sword with 1 hand, or we can wield it with 2 hands. So let's go ahead and see what this guy has to throw at us. That. Tried to dodge, but I was too slow. He's pretty good at keeping up. Let's see if we can get him to drop his shield. Waiting on you, guy. Come on. Maybe he's waiting on us. And we got him. And that was the unsheath attack. Notice that the blue bar in the top left is now a little bit smaller. That's because I used FP. Slice and dice. And there is another guy over here. Message about bows has popped up. Equip a bow to fire arrows. You can equip up to 2 types of arrows to choose from at once. When wielding a bow with 2 hands, hold L1 for precision aiming and use R to adjust your aim. And R1 for fire type arrows. It says fire arrow type 1 and fire arrow type 2 and precision. And we do happen to have some fire arrows. Let's get the bow out. Go ahead and there we go. And let's pop him with a regular arrow. We've drawn back and got him. Very cool. And we got some XP for that. Yum, yum, yum. Delicious. And so we're going to go ahead and, we got skills. Armaments have special abilities called skills. Skills are highly varied and range from powerful attacks to temporary effects. Using skills consumes FP, in which case our skill here is the unsheath, and maybe we can view it status menu. With the status menu, you can check your level, attributes, base stats, and more. The information shown here also reflects changes to your attack, defense, and resistances bestowed by armaments and armor that you have equipped, which we can kind of see right here. But what I'm looking for is, inventory menu. Sorry, I have to read these. With the inventory menu, you can browse the items you're carrying, drop them on the ground, or throw them away. You can also use tools from the inventory menu. Press square to show large images and image and explanation, and press triangle for toggle character data. Okay, and so the katana has the ability that says unsheath up there, and it costs minus parenthesis 10, 15 parenthesis close parenthesis. I don't know what that means, but it looks like it costs either 10 or 15 FP to use. Okay, and so crouch to make it harder for enemies to discover you, especially effective in tall grass. Attacking an enemy that hasn't noticed you will cause more damage than usual. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and sneak behind this guy. And I don't think we did a sneak attack, but we did still one-shot him, which is pretty good. So let's go ahead and sneak attack this guy. There we go. And I love it when he kicks the lifeless body. So we're running over here. We get stance breaking. Some attacks may break an enemy's stance, giving you a chance to perform a critical hit. Charge attacks and jump attacks make it particularly easy to break an enemy's stance. Hold R2 for a charge attack, and then press R2 while jumping for a jump attack. So here's our... That was our charge attack. I'm sorry, that was our charge attack. I'm still getting used to speaking into the mic. I'm sorry if I occasionally repeat myself or stakes of America. Okay, upon dying, you will be revived at the last site of grace that you visited. However, if there is a stake of stake of America where you died, you can choose to be revived there again instead. Okay. So we can either be revived at a site of grace or one of those statues, provided that we visited. Okay, so traverse the mist. We're traversing. There's a guy named Soldier of Godrick that's coming after us. Okay, and we get a message. One final combat tutorial menu. We can perform a counterattack immediately after blocking an enemy attack. Guard counters make it easy to break an enemy stance. Press R2 immediately after blocking an attack to guard counter. Okay, well, let's not even give this guy really a chance. Except for now. Boom, 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 boom. And lickety split, Soldier of Godrick is down. Enemy failed. Awesome. And we get a sweet 400 runes for taking him out. And we go up here and we get our kind of like a piece of loot, and it's the strength pose. Cool. And I don't know how to access that menu as of current. I do not. Okay. Well, this is a good stopping point for this video. Stay tuned for episode 2. I'm Mathodomeu, and see you guys next time. Thank you.